Hey guys, sorry, I was muted because of work. Yeah, man, I'm here. Chill. How y'all doing this morning? Yeah, I think that line was missed, Jojito. All in long, yeah. Well, we changed some of the rules actually because um, you guys feedback. Uh, Basically, the people who I'm training against can go all in. Obviously, I'm not going to. So, well, the indicators on my chart right now are the 20, 50, and 100 EMA. It's just trend analysis. I don't take any action until 9:30 anyway. So, hi Dimitri. Sorry, I'm a little croaky voice this morning because I've been working all weekend. So, what's NYS? Well, there could be a drop. I don't think so. I mean, the way that I see it is that we had this move up, pull back straight onto the 50 EMA and the support, which was a support over here too, or what was a resistance. So my guess, and it's a guess, would be that we're going to land somewhere up here, 305. But until New York opens, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and filter that out because I got the Alienware laptop and it sounds like a rocket. Well, I don't actually trade the Nasdaq personally. Um, it's a bit different. It doesn't. The way that it moves is it doesn't give you those pullbacks. It goes one direction. What broker do I use? I prefer not to advertise people on this stream. New York session. Got it. Yeah, I don't think we're going down. I mean, I would right now. What I'm looking at is like maybe pull back to here on the 5 minute to buy. We'll see because we've got to wait for the open, right? The moving average is suggesting that we're starting to average up. So who to speak for an extension? If you email evaluation@myforexfunds.com, they'll sort you out. Most likely they'll send it to me to analyze, but yeah, if you email there. Yeah. I would be worried only if the market went back down to the bottom here, that a buy wouldn't occur. Because the truth is, right, that um, Dow, especially, majority of traders will win on the buy, not on the sell. If you skip every sell uh, opportunity in Dow and you only took the buy ones, like the real buy opportunities, you would come out on top better than if you took the combination of the two. Hey Ramsey, I'm good. How are you? No, I don't consider fundamentals. The reason why I don't is because I trade what is happening in the moment, right? I pay attention to when there is news. So like NFP, I don't trade, FOMC, but like my time frames are very low. I can trade one out of five. And I don't really have time to trade longer than that, so. Why not implement 5% withdrawals on evaluation live? What does that mean? There's like 20 accounts or so that we're against. We have some who are in phase one, and we actually made an offer to some people in live too. The live guys, if they win, they will get a free 100K eval. And then the guys who are on the eval, they will get the refund straight away. Yeah. So let's see. Still got 15 minutes to go. I'm not big on fundamentals, to be honest. There are some guys I know that they can trade just using the data. No. Phone's ringing. So, which one of you guys got blown out on gold, and which one of you guys have made money on gold last night? Who's gonna own up to committing the mortal sin of having no stop loss? I can trade many things, but at the moment I don't have a huge amount of time. So today will be US 30. Maybe I will trade a currency pair tomorrow and a different style. The challenge was open to new 100K accounts, but we also contacted some existing ones to fill up the leaderboard a bit more. I don't know. I left that up to Yavuz to do, so. Yeah, we had some guys with 0.01s for gold who made like 80% last night. That's pretty good. How long have I been in the FX industry? Somewhere around 17 years. You lose track of it after 10. Mostly broker related, like I've been a desk broker, then retail broker. I've had my own brokerage. I am originally from Australia. I'm living in the United States. How many live accounts currently? I can tell you that in a second. 1 second. $3,233 live accounts. Was it news that did gold? You know, I was told that it's just one big order. I mean, the lesson is use a stop loss. Yeah, I haven't lived in Australia for a very long time. Well, I hope that my face looks young too, Emmanuel. I haven't put my cam on at the moment, but next time. There's a cap on account group for valuation of the maximum. Okay. No, there's no cap on the scaling. I think it's around 2 million. The real problem with increasing someone's account so much is that leverage dries up around 500K. Then you have to sort of manage your relationships different just for one account. So we'd have to find leverage from multiple places. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, I heard there was just one big order. It blew spreads out, which is never nice, but hi Yunam. On that thing, we've made many posts about it. I even showed someone able to print money, abusing the fact that people stop is less. So we won't be changing the min stop distance, because it prevents people from cheating us basically. And it's a server-wide setting too, so we can't change it for a specific account either, which is, it would have been nice to be able to do that, but we can't. Yeah, Emmanuel, you can have more than $1 million with us. I'm good, Dihang. How are you? Gamblers. What do you mean, Karim? What about gamblers? Sorry, I might have missed your comment. I have too many computers. There's a slight delay just on the stream, so you guys know. At least Yevuz is telling me that, so. I'm back and forth between computers. Okay, let's catch up again. Thanks, Calvin, appreciate it. Hey, Pro Trading. Um, I don't know. Well, yes and no. We selected a bunch that we invited, and we also had people sign up. I heard you guys are a book. Is that true? Yes. Um, the way that most like if you think of your favorite broker, right? Um, the way that you manage risk now is not as simple as just A and B book anymore. Like you don't just go, "Oh, I'm gonna eat your deposit." That's not how it works anymore, unless of course you go to one of those dodgy marketing companies. What they do is they execute your trades in multiple ways, whether it's combined or matching, or there's many different ways to do it. So you could say that we behave in a similar manner. Me and MFF traders, yes. Are you only trading one instrument? For now, yes. Well, I'm planning to do a different one each day because each one behaves differently, right? So I don't have a huge amount of time because I got to support you guys as well and make sure the server is functioning properly. So I don't have the ability to be messing around with multiple pairs at the moment, but I'll probably switch it up each day. I may even trade Bitcoin, which I don't want to encourage Bitcoin trading, but it could be an option. How do you guys work with the LP? Like you got to go talk to these companies. So when I joined my forex funds, I already had these relationships from my past dealings. So we have a bunch of prime providers, and we have a few prime of prime for mostly for CFDs, because CFDs are harder to price and harder to fill. But for FX, it's prime. We're using a New York tech company that does the bridging and everything. Will the dashboard be updated similar to FTMO? We have a lot of updates planned for the dashboard. You could do a whole lot of that with a whole lot of things with that, but the problem that we're facing is we have a very big IT team, and we are still full of projects. So the dashboard project was pretty much finished for the security of it on the weekend. We still have a few little things to iron out, but will be done. And then we're going to look at changing a few things, making it prettier, making it better for you guys. In terms of watermark, I don't know if that's on the list, but I can add it. Biggest reason people fail. Well, it's the same reason that people pass phase 1 and phase 2 and then fail their live account in 1 week. It's mostly psychology. The inability to let go, the need to have money too fast, Right, we have 4 minutes to go. At least 5 years, man. That's too short. Give me 20 years and I'm good. I can retire. Okay, so why don't I have my line on this chart, but I have it on my other charts? There's one structure here. So I'm gonna look here for more orders. Put that in. Okay. Will MFF have C traders soon? Wait. Sorry. C trader not soon. Trading view soon. Trading view, we're signing a contract this week. How do we stay profitable, sustainable? So there's a bunch of ways. The first thing that makes us money is the fees. There's no denying that, and we're not shy about saying that. That's the first thing. The second is from the volume. So if you send more volume to a prime, they will generally lower your cost, and we're keeping the difference when we lower the cost, unless we lower the cost significantly enough that we pass on the cost. That's another means of earning more. Profit splits is another thing. And then we also trade our own account based on the order flow of our customers. The website and the member logins needs to be updated as the amount of growth we are having. I'm not sure I understand what you mean there. Ninja Trader, it's very expensive, man. I don't know how I could integrate that. And just FYI, FX tape isn't really accurate, because tape is basically just your LP in the case of FX. I may not even get my pullback. If I'm gonna pull back, where am I gonna pull back to? Maybe somewhere here. Even that, unlikely. Account pool? What do you mean by account pool? What's the plan for it? You guys plan to just be a prop firm? Kinda. We've got a lot of plans that are built around the prop firm. But right now the truth is we're honestly struggling to keep up with the growth. So, you try to fix that first, and then we can look at other things. I mean, the brokerage industry is kind of dead, so there's no real reason to be a broker anymore. Whoop, I grabbed the wrong one. That's gonna go down there now, maybe. It's quite a nasty spike there. Is there any way to access LP's order flow? No. That would mean that they cut us off and then sue us. Like the outlook of the website needs some improvements, need to be more flexible and lucrative. Can you give me an example of that, please? It's a pretty nasty opening bar. Yeah, I mean, the thing is a good business if you know how to make it work. I can't say that everyone can make it work because I don't know, but I don't think so. The broker industry is dead because of, in my opinion, because of scams. So, like Iron FX, if you remember that debacle, that really killed industry growth. Like, it absolutely destroyed it. I think I am going to consider buying, but I don't know yet. It's still too wavy for me. Sorry guys, I'll get your comments in a second. It's quite the mess actually. How he got so much millions to give out to individuals to trade and share profit. Well, first they have to pass, right? But yeah, he got lucky with crypto. The other thing that people fail to understand is that you don't need, so if we have $10 million of accounts, right, which is 100K accounts. All right, I'm selling. Move my stop. Where's my stop? Oh. Oh no, I'm gonna get stopped out, aren't I? Yeah, well. I didn't have a chance to move my stop in time. Horrible trade, Josh. Horrible trade. Oh well. Buy the bullish order block. Yeah. It didn't go to where I was hoping it would. But you're probably right. That bar, this bar is pretty nasty though. That's a lot of orders. And yes, shaky hands. Are you gonna? Then you still wondering how you see it? We've done that. Bitcoin, yes. I think yes. Ethereum too. Trading psychologist. Yeah. My sell was good, but gotta have a stop loss, right? Integration on TradingView will be for all accounts. We're just figuring out how to implement it without getting destroyed IT wise and lagging our server. That's one thing that we struggle with every day, actually, because we have so many new accounts. Why sell on a resistance supply zone? Good point. But I was taking into account this bar, which I should have probably measured beforehand, but I was talking to you guys. It's 94 points. After 94 points, I shouldn't have entered a trade. Yes, this is a demo account because it is MFF versus traders. I wouldn't put my live account on a live stream, that's for sure. And I have attempted another trade at some point, but yeah, the selling's heavy. Better remove my zones and some of these lines. I'm gonna keep those two. And now I want to look for other places of interest. Yeah, I got rinsed, but that's all right. You know, it happens. And I didn't get my stop at the right spot either, so I lost more than I should have. Wouldn't there be a higher probability of lag and delay with order executions from trading? Yes. Same with C Trader, same with MT5, because the bridge is MT4. So, yeah. Whenever you add another layer to anything with IT, it lags. It will be only a few milliseconds, but yeah. If you can connect the broker to trader, well, that's what we're doing. What's my favorite instrument to trade? It changes. Lately, I do like the indices because they move, but that's because of less time. I don't have the time. So I can get in and out and disappear, but I would say Euro JPY if you're talking Forex pairs. I still think it's going to go down though, so that rejection is too big. But yeah, you smart money folks are right that there's a nice little order block zone here. But if you had your 2 pip stop losses, you would have been stopped out too. So no. Yeah, I mean MT4 is good. My trading childhood, I grew up on it, but it is very limited. I will say that we're probably going to break this and then hit it as res. I was actually surprised that this 50 EMA didn't hold it on the 1 hour, but anyway. That's definitely a down. Any plans to partner with Forex education groups for discount? We already do, I think. I think Blake is one. I think he has an education group. If you know of one that is interested, you can send them my way, and we will. Oh, you mean officially, like an official partnership? Like this is the official educator? That would be a mistake on our part, I think, because then people can blame us for their failure. It's one of the hesitations we have with it, building an academy that isn't free. So we'll probably build one for free. Sort of like a baby Pips with a bit more substance to it. This is an interesting. This is very interesting because it could do this, or it could. I can't zoom out quick enough because I'm using my mouse left-handed. It could do this. Oops, my scaling's wrong. There we go. Interbank. I don't think that we would pass compliance of interactive brokers. And in terms of stocks as a CFD, which are executed stocks, we have them. We don't offer them, but we have them. The problem is that the size that you guys would trade is more than the liquidity can handle. And I am waiting for this MA to cross this one, and I may just buy. Stock liquidity is very low. So if we offered you stocks, you're gonna have to accept like $5 slippage because we're not B-booking you. I think it's something like these groups traders offering forex calls your partner. We already do that. We have a whole bunch of them actually with different languages and everything. If you know some more, send them our way. We're happy to deal with them. But we only give discounts on the rapid and evaluation. We don't do it on accelerated. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Uh-oh. Let's start with that. Oh, that's too close. Trying to find the right. All right. Yep. Watch me get blasted again. Yeah. It's gonna happen, you know it. Straight to my stop loss. I think Mertuza's against me. Is it a 5-minute chart? Yes, that's 5-minute chart. I should probably stick it at the bottom of this bar actually. Just it's a bit much, but that would confirm the bar reversing. We have crosses there, they're starting to span out. We clearly rejected that as well, but we also rejected this. So this zone is worrisome. If we don't get through it in 5-10 minutes, then I'll jump out. I think accelerated is one of the best things in the industry. Scale it insanely fast. Yeah, we have some guys who are really scaled up on it. I think the biggest account right now is like 190K, and it's the 6th or 5th scale up. $9.5. Ooh, that's a fast stop, man. I'll take the L if I have to. The market's a bit wild. Yeah, I'll take the L if I have to. That's alright. Yes, impulsive. Actually, there's a chance that there's going to be this Gartley. So it'll come down, hit me out somewhere here, and then go up again. Yeah. Have I hit my daily yet? Can I quit? No. $50 lots is the same as 5 lots of Forex. That's nice, isn't it? Even before they got hit. I'm getting work messages. Hold on, guys, I gotta mute for a second. Actually, I didn't have to mute. I just gotta change computer. Garbage. Sorry. So, there's someone asking about his buy stops. Buy stops that got triggered because of spread. Which happens every time. What would the gambling rule consist of? I haven't announced any gambling rule. And I haven't suggested anything. You can stop spamming, man. Really. The infamous gambler is not profitable, no. Okay, let's take a look here. Alright, we're in indecision mode, so days like these happen. But that's alright, we're one win away from victory. Yes, there are a bunch of people with 300k merged. There are many 200k accounts and people with 3 200k accounts. There's plenty of those. The largest evaluation account balance is 300k. Can we have accelerated end evaluations? Yes, you can. Absolutely. The two don't bother each other. Yeah, you're not getting an answer because no one made a rule, man. Like, it was hypothetical, right? It was me venting because someone's gambling and I'm up all night trying to make sure that the company has no risk. I know that I probably should have been a bit clearer. But like, for example, if we did put a rule up to stop gambling, half of our business would go, right? We would lose half of our business. If we said, okay, you can have a maximum of 10 lots on Forex, which is 100 lots on CFDs. One of my staff, maybe, I have to check that. The one thing that we are going to do is when this person has finally lost their accounts, we are going to ask them to leave because the gambling is, it's not what we're about. That's a pretty good spot there, but I'm gonna have to lower. Does he get a free entry since he's an admin? So yes, but at the same time, if I pass, which is not gonna happen probably, I don't get the account. So I'm not allowed to trade internally because I manage the risk book. So if you exceed the daily VD by $20, do you still fail? Yes. Do what FT do with the 50% spend? No way, no. No. What's the diff between Forex and CFD? Forex, you said, refers to FX cash market. CFDs are contracts for difference, which are just indication prices. So CFDs, the way that you execute them is different. So Forex, you have a bank who sends you a price and they're willing to execute the price, right? And they're doing the exchange per se. With CFDs, you have a bank who is willing to bet against you, or a prime broker who's willing to bet against you. And then when they have too much risk, they will actually use margin to execute in the futures market. So for example, if you're trading Dow, what they'll do is you send them the order, they'll take it, they'll book it themselves. But when their book gets too big, what they do is go to one of their partners and they actually hedge in the futures market to make sure that they don't have too much exposure. The reason why you get a prime broker to do this is because getting access to the futures market is very expensive. But FX is just spot FX. It's not a CFD. Still dilly-dallying around here, huh? What a good day to start. I hope your accelerator is going well, CFN. A lot of people like that account, a lot of people hate that account. It's like a mixed review. I like it personally because it makes sure people gets paid pretty quick. And that means that their risk is lower. Do I trade silver? No, actually I don't. Gold, yes, but not silver. Silver actually behaves a lot like the Nasdaq. The question now is, are these people going to come back or are they going to give up? Because that's quite the slope of liquidity. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. A risk manager's job is to make sure the company doesn't have too much risk. So let me give you a little, inside baseball, as they say. If you run an A book, B book model, so if you're just banking on people losing, right? The maximum amount of money that you can earn is the fee of the trader minus the cost, right? Depending on what you pay for your price feed and everything like that, your staff. That's the maximum you can earn, which actually isn't very much per person. If you run only a book, then your exposure is, or our exposure would be 12% per person, right? So that is also, that's quite dangerous because a lot of people lose their account. So the way that you manage the risk is by having an overall outlook, right? So you execute all the trades, and with that knowledge of most people will lose, or taking into consideration statistical analysis, you make decisions to lower the company risk and increase the revenue per million of the company. Per million meaning notional volume traded, right? So one way that some companies will increase the per million is by increasing the spreads. So for example, at one prop firm that I'm funded at, the spread for the Dow is $4, which is way above market. But if that's what they're earning, then from the volume, they don't need to be book. If they had a spread of say 1, then that's below market, then they would have to be book, because there's no per million revenue on it. There's nothing you can do with it. So my job as the risk manager is to increase the return per million, right? Based on statistical analysis. And that means that some traders, for example, we will follow them, we'll increase the volume on their trade so that we earn more. And some traders we will trade against them. Some traders we will just leave their A-book trade in the market. We won't do either. Some traders, what we'll do is we will gather them as a group, and we will execute all that group together when a certain threshold is hit. And by execute, I mean we will execute on our book, not on the trader's book. And yeah, generally, if you're talking about traders losing, Kelvin, it's more than 90%, but it's just the way it is. People make the same mistake that I have made today, and that is trading emotionally. Okay, so we're back down into the support again. No spiking movement again. The hourly bar is indecision. The 4-hour bar is pretty juicy though. So this time it looks pretty good, but now I have the nerves. But all this is happening really quickly, so how do you adjust accordingly? We adjust through AI. We have a few systems, through me as well. But yeah, it depends. It depends on the day. Like the gold thing that this morning with gold, I was with my hands trying to adjust it. We came out kind of on top, not in a good spot. Like not in a good spot, meaning that we didn't make a killing from it, but we didn't lose money. I thought MFF gives live account. Yeah, we do. So why did you think otherwise? Well, last week the market was a little bit like this. All right. Just checking my. I was before. Okay. A lot of people lose, and I mean the statistic that bothers me the most is the number of people who pass in more than one trade, right? Not just the guys who luck out, but let's say someone who trades 20 days on the evaluation for phase 1 and phase 2, they pass and they go well and they're trading consistently, they have stop losses, their risk management is really good, but then they get to live and they remove their stop losses, and the live account's gone in 5 days. That's a problem. Dihang, so those traders that we book all the traders, but we have our own proprietary account itself, so we make our decisions and we execute on that account so that we're not interfering with orders. We don't say, hey, you're B-booked, right? We don't do that. That's an old school way, and it limits your profitability. You can't make good money doing that. Like your company basically has a time limit on its survivability if you do that, because once you run out of new accounts, you're screwed basically. If I get a total 600k live account, I can scale it to the moon. You can scale it to about 2 million, but the thing is, leverage becomes a question, right? So if you have a 300k evaluation, which is the max per account, and that account scales to 500k, let's say, for example, then you'll get an email from me for sure, and we'll have a conversation based on how you trade and the leverage available to you, right? Whether you want to keep it at 500k or whether you want to increase it, but you'll have a leverage cut. Maybe it'll cut from 1 to 100 to 1 to 75 or something like that. This is an example. Don't take it as gospel, and don't go spreading it as gospel, because it depends on each individual. Have I ever wanted to quit Forex in the beginning of this journey? Not really. I've taken breaks. Like, I've lived in many countries for work, and I have dealt with some quite horrible people in the industry, so I've taken breaks of like a year here or there. But no, like I've always enjoyed, it's always fed me, if that makes sense. What is my personal trading style? At the moment it looks like losing, but my trading style is generally flow trading, which is one of the reasons why today I got my ass kicked, because the flow spiky. But yeah, usually I'm in and out and gone. Oh, sorry. I am in my stream, so what was the biggest winning trade and what age? So I actually have a story for you, if you like. This is story time. Gather by the campfire, guys. When I was like 22, I was trading at a broker called North Finance. Now, North Finance is now called FX Pro, and you all know them. But FX Pro, the guys who own FX Pro, they bought North Finance, because North Finance was basically um, bankrupt. That would be the best way to describe it. So I had traded, I believe it was like 5 grand with no stop loss up to 600,000 at that time. And at that age, and in the situation that I was in at the time, that was big money. So I decided that it would be smart on a Thursday night to go out and celebrate, which obviously means beverages. And I came home and made a very big mistake and lost most of that money in a few hours. You know, when you can't really see properly and then you add an extra 0 to your lot size, that happened. So that was both my biggest win and my biggest loss. I got it up to there, and then pretty much lost it all. I actually stopped breathing and went to the hospital. So do you know the trading styles of your traders? And if so, what trading styles are the most consistent and profitable long term? I know the trading style of most of the live traders. There are some exceptions when I investigate. But the most consistent and profitable are the ones that I can't put my finger on. Right? That would be the best answer that I can give you, is that the guys who I can't tell what they're doing, they're the better ones. A lot of people who are trading with us, they have done courses or whatever with some of the most popular tutors, mentors, or whatever you want to call them, marketeers. And they all have a similar habit, and in my opinion, the psychology is missing with the execution of the strategy. So the strategy might work, but the psychology to it is wrong. So a lot of you guys would be smart money concept people. In my experience with that particular method is that there is a lot of over trading. If someone did that method and traded 3 or 4 times a day max, they'd probably come off pretty good. But a lot of them are doing like 16 trades, 20 trades. And they're not keeping a consistent equity chart. It seems to be all over the place. And just by looking at like the ups and downs of someone's equity graph, you can kind of tell that eventually they're going to hit a downtrend and lose the account. Oh my God. Yeah, it looks like Dow's going to go down, but I don't have any evidence of the fact. Not so trigger happy anymore. When will MFF start doing traders interviews? Well, we've done some written ones already. They're on the website in the blog section. We haven't done video because, to be frank, just so busy. There is a plan to do them. The question is who's going to do them. Murtaza said he might do them, but we'll see. Alejandro, yes, you can trade crypto and evaluation. Now we just need to update the site. We had a problem with updating on the weekend because of the dashboard. We were actually going to do it on the weekend. Do you notice there's data feed missing of gold from 22 Jan to 5th March 2021? Is there? I can check. Let's have a look. Since I missed my Dow trade, let's go to gold. That's not gold, is it? There it is. Why am I using the keypad? Alright, let's look here. Is it this gap here? 18, yeah, that might be it. No, that's January. Let me check your gaps. 22nd of January. That's there. And then let's look at, so the gap day is the 22nd of January. And then this day is, oh shit, okay. All right, I will get that fixed. That's fine. I will thank you for that, Eric. I'll get that fixed. Personally, I prefer multi-time frame analysis and trying to find swing points, but we never met an SMC scalper trader that is consistent long term. All of them give up or blow accounts. Yeah, I think that you can be long term good, successful with SMC, but you really have to have some self-control not to take every opportunity. I think that would be the only advice that I give to people who trade that method. When will Ben come back? Don't you like me? Ben had a child, and Ben may come back, but he's focusing on his child at the moment. We talk. He's happy, and that's what's important, right? April 30th, April to 6th May. Hold on, let me write a message to IT. So we have 22nd Jan to 5th March and 30 April till 6 May. Gold data is missing. Hey Eric, do you know if that's on the live as well, or is it only on the demo accounts? Seb Saka. I trade best 30, for example, with 5 or 10 lots and hit the goal. You would like to see more than some 50 lots higher. Seb, if you pass with 10 lots on US 30 with a 100K account and you continue trading that, I will love you forever. That's all I can say, because most people who have a 100K or 200K account, they're trading at least 100 lots of US 30 or NASDAQ. Yeah, as view of a risk manager, I'll still love you forever. It makes it so much easier for me to deal with that size than, you know, someone who has 1,000 lots open at once. Only on demo, GBP, JPY, 22 to 5th. Okay. Our 1 year anniversary was last month. GBP, JPY, 22 Jan to 5 March also. Well, the question, Seb, is, right, the real question, the hard question is that only 10 lots per trade with multiple trades open, or is it one trade with 10 lots? Because the way that you're speaking right now, it sounds like it's multiple trades, which means it's not just 10 lots. Okay, I was just trying to understand what that scammer message was about. Oh, my cat's awake. Yeah, the truth is that when I decide to do someone else's challenge or evaluation, I trade pretty big because I don't have time. Mm-mm. It is multiple in different markets. Okay, that's fine. If it's all in the same market, then it's a problem. What if you get to break even on one and open another 10 lot? That's fine too, because essentially your exposure is zero. Signature, okay. I don't know all these things. You guys are probably much younger than me, so all these terminologies are confusing. This goes in the tracker. Yeah. Oops. Why did I open Microsoft Office? I don't know. Okay. This market is very paint dry like. Okie dokie. So I guess the question that I want to ask you guys is, what are you trading? Like, what's your style? What's your method? Net on her 4 hour. But H4 April to May. Why don't you guys allow more than 2 hedges at any one time? Because a lot of people decide to just hedge and hedge and hedge until the cows come home, and then when they break the rules, unwinding the hedge exposes the company, because you have to close one at a time. You can't close both at the same time. So if you have 50 hedges open and you break the rule and we have to close those, we're likely going to lose money. GU short today, my dude. Yeah. Haven't looked at any other thing. Like, I mean, gold, the chart is ruined because of that spike. At this point in time, I would say that we are going to be very range bound today. Let's clear the chart. Trend lines. Yeah, I still stand by my statement earlier that if you're trading trend in Dow, you should always buy. All major and minor FX pairs. Man, you must be an octopus. Price manipulation on gold, you mean? Whoever sold that order on gold, they lost money. There's no way they made money selling like that. They just dumped it and forgot about it. There's no way you can sell that much gold at a profit. gonna be a hard day at the office. I'm actually very curious to see the leaderboard. I'm gonna have to talk to Yavuz about it later because I'm sure that someone's up like 80% or something today. Since I took away the rules. Do you use any fundamentals or sentiment for trade at DAO? No, not really. I don't anyway. I know that other people do. Would you say the gold trade was supposed to be triggered by? No, it was just a bulk sell. I asked around with liquidity providers to make sure that we didn't end up with worse conditions, right? So when that happens, the spreads go wide, right? So we have to make sure that our spreads are not so wide that we're clearly different to others. So we ask around and we get quotes to make sure that we were quoting properly, and we were. I don't know the volume that was sold, but it was sold pretty hardcore. That's all I know. And I do believe it was a physical sale too. So it could even be like a country selling gold. You sold on pound yen. Yeah. That's another pair that I wish I was. I might actually do a pound yen day too if I survive this thing. But I'm not really awake when it moves. It's kind of my few hours of sleep I get per day. Yeah, Eric, I got that. I've listed it. Thanks for your help. I did send all of it to IT, all of it, including the NASDAQ one. Really appreciate it. It's people like you that help a lot, because if I missed it, then someone can write a bad review about us because of it. So thank you very much. Ouch. Okay. I've always traded GJ during NY. Really? I'm gonna take a look. Let's have a look. ECN GBP JPY. Yeah, it's pretty tight. The one thing that's always bothered me about that pair is that it's kind of really wavy, right? Like it sort of loops and loops. You loop down, up, down, like that. Do I think indicators are outdated or far behind? Man, there are a lot of very smart people who designed those indicators, right? A lot of smart people. But the majority of indicators were designed for someone who is looking to trade a trade for 3 weeks, a month, 6 months, right? So if you think about like MACD and these lagging indicators, they were designed with that in mind. These days, most of the traders, because trading's got so popular, are trading shorter term. So you would probably not use those types of indicators, which are oscillators, right? But you would use other traders like other indicators like fractals. They're pretty good for shorter term. Moving averages, they're pretty good too because they're based on price and price change. They're not so much lagging, even though a lot of the oscillators use averages. The averages are generally slower. There's a place for them. That's all I can say, really. Price action has kind of changed the way things work now. Also, the discounted spreads, right? Because a lot of these were made when Euro USD was a 5 pip spread, and now it's like 0.1, 0.2. Prince Ralph, why does it take too long to get your valve phase 2 after you pass? How long have you been waiting? It shouldn't take more than 48 hours. If it's longer than 48 hours, jump on the website and let our support team know, and we will get it to you very fast. We have to evaluate people's accounts to make sure they haven't cheated. That's why there's a little bit of time, but it shouldn't be more than 48 hours. Back to the indicators. Yeah, I mean, I love moving averages, but I use them differently. I use them as a support and resistance. Sometimes, and then I like the cross, I like the angles, right? So if you look at here, this little thingy here, this is a rejection of the 100, which is a pretty good sign. That was during London, I believe, with this 5-minute chart, right? This is New York Open, yeah, so that's London. So during London, that's a pretty good signal. And let me pull this off here. But then you get these ones too, where this is off the 50 but into support. So you kind of gotta match them with things. I also like these types of shapes inside the averages, right? So it goes out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and then you've got your crosses and everything, and then it falls down, right? These are pretty good triangles to trade where the moving averages are congesting and the price is going in and out, and then it breaks the shape. In terms of here, the smart man would have sold on these rejections here, but I'm not very smart, so. Prince, I replied to you already, mate. What type of setups do I take normally? It depends, but I do like these types of setups. I do like support and resistance setups, I guess. And that's where I got stuck a little bit today, is I took the break and the fake. So I got sucker punched. That's all right. Live to fight another day. Yeah, let's look at where this price might go. So this is an obvious spot, which is at, let's say, 35,000. This, where we are right now, is the bottom of the previous move up. This move up, right? I don't know if we're gonna go here, but if it were to go up, then the zero back to the high is probably the place that we're going. How people cheating? What? You want to know how people cheat? Well, price, latency arbitrage, hedge arbitrage, reverse arbitrage, tick scalping, hidden tick scalping, emulators. There's a whole bunch of ways to do it. How many trade do you trade every day? Are you a scalper or day trader? I don't really fit into either of those molds because I like to hold trades that are going well, and I get stopped out otherwise. So, and usually I get stopped out pretty quick. How many times do I trade per day? I mean, I've traded twice today. The second one was impulsive. I shouldn't have taken it. The first one just failed. 2 trades is usually enough for me, but how do I know I cheat? I confused there. What? If you are using software to cheat, you generally know that you're cheating. Do I trade gold? Yes, I do. Not today though, for sure, and probably not all week because of that. That was just too much for me to it changes the outlook of the entire market, because look at it. You have like $100 range on gold. That's obscene. I don't know if I'm gonna get another trade today, because I have meetings in like an hour and a half, and I am very low on caffeine. It wasn't arbitrage, dehung, it was tick scalping, right? So when someone has 0 pip distance for stops on the server, what you can do is, and there's no commission, right? So if someone has commission, then it's a bit harder, but let's say you have a product that has no commission, right? So in this case, it was US 30. What you do is you put a pending stop order 1 tick away from current price. If that order is executed, you put your stop loss 1 tick on the negative, and if the order goes 1 tick in the positive for the next tick, then you close the order and you profit, right? And you do this thousands of times per day, and you can print money. It's the reason why anyone who has 0 stop distance, you can assume that they are dealing you. They're not booking you straight to the market. All right, so I'm going to close the Fibonacci because it's ugly. Okay. I feel like there might be a buy, but now I'm just sort of guessing. Hey, Signature, have a good day, man. The gold move, because of the fact that it was not like traders, it was a single trade that did that. You kind of have to eliminate all that price action. So if you were able to delete that, right, and just have this cut out, so the price went like this and then down to here where it is now, then you'd have very good room for analysis. But because of this, it screws up all the averages, it screws up support and resistance. You got to wait for everything to reform, and on the longer time frames it's even worse. I don't know, the 1 minute's looking okay for that right now, but that particular batch order basically wiped out a lot of liquidity. What's the biggest trader payout? It's in the 20K somewhere. Biggest account growing. There's an accelerated account that's scaled 5 times, is now 190K. But if you use a software that made a profit, why is that cheating? Because MetaTrader enables people to take advantage of execution lag, because MetaTrader is quite slow. And there's nothing we can do about it except make it rules, right? Tick scalping does work, but if the spread is tight, you can have some spread, but not too much. US 30 seems like it's heading down. I don't agree. This is bottomy price action here. Look, down, you make your little W there. You might come back here somewhere and then go up. Feels like it's gonna make double top and boom to the ground. Is that gold or? Gold? Double top? Where? I don't see it. Tick scalping actually, because the person who did the tick scalping, it wasn't me, it was a friend of mine. He gave me the algorithm he used to do it, and I tested it on our feed. I was able to kind of feed match it to make it work, but not in the same way. Like it made a little bit of money, but not much. And then I did a liquidity check too. It would have slipped, so there's no way it would have worked. Is there any way to access your server's demo account for free to test it out? At the moment, no. Hopefully by the end of the month there will be. Def double bottom. Actually, I like buy. And I have how much left? I have 1.5 grand, let's say, left before I reach my limits and fail miserably. So yep, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I like this move here. I'm gonna start with my stop there. The R&R is not so great, but actually I might move it up here, and I'm going to move my stop to break even when we're in this area here. Let's say 5 of my trades are same entry with 5 other different accounts. Do you think this is copy trading? Do you think it is cheating? Well, if you're copy trading, you're not cheating, right? The question will be what's the trade execution method? That will be the question. But if you're copy trading, I can assume that you're not arbitraging, because all your copying accounts will lose. So you can copy trading all you want. At least, yeah, you can. I don't think we have any rules against copy trading, do we? I don't think so. Huh, okay. Just because I bought Dihang, I bet you it goes down. I put money on it. This is the Forex gods wanting to spite me. Wow, okay. My dashboard is not showing the account balance equity. Who should I contact to fix it? If you jump on the website, hit the live chat button, they'll be able to put it on a list. The IT team will fix it. We fixed like 100 of the accounts this morning, so should be good to be fixed pretty quickly. It happened because a few of the dashboards disconnected during our migration on the weekend. How long have I been trading? Too long, 17 years. I think that's where we came to in the last discussion about it, something like that. Okay, I'm gonna move my stop up a bit because I get a chance to give some breathing room. There we go. Always best to lower your risk. Yeah, actually, because I'm gonna trail it, I move my take profit to the high again. I'm just waiting for D-Hung to sell 5 million lots so that I die. I know that he's the market maker here. $351.50. Hey, if it goes there, I'm happy, man. That'll make up one of my losses. It's entirely possible that it goes there. It's kind of still stuck in this volume area though. That's got me nervous. This shapes. We'll do a circle one this time. This area. Okay, I chose the wrong shape, obviously. That's why I'm not an artist. This area. It's funny, whenever Yavuz is in the market, he's like, hey, can you buy 3,000 lots of gold or pound USD or something? I'm like, no. He wants me to move the market for him. Hey, you know, my idea is, okay, today's going to be a losing day because this is probably my last trade. But if this trade makes back half my losses, then I'm pretty happy because it's smaller than the last trade. So there was some guy in a Telegram chat basically insulting me because I'm doing this, so whatever. Haters gonna hate. My stop loss can blow a prop account. What? It's like $800. One prop firm accused me that I copied trades from 5 different accounts, but 5 out of 100 of my trades entered were the same as 5. Yeah, we wouldn't do that. Unless you had like accounts with different names but trading the same, then there's a problem. But if you have 5 of your own account copying, we don't care. Like that's just, we just don't care. I have a Telegram channel? No. We used to, but it got very unmanageable because too many people. So we changed to Discord. Go up, go up, go, go. Yeah, I know, right? Just do what gold did, but in reverse. that's alarming too. Yeah, okay. This area is, as long as it stays above this mess. EURUSD is very easy to fill orders on, right? If you said to me you want to trade 2,000 lots and I had some trade history, I could probably find someone who will fill your trades. High lots with our accounts is problematic if you are trading CFDs in very high volume, because the leverage allows you to trade so many lots that you're bigger than the market. Have I ever worked for a hedge fund? No, but I've traded futures doing treasury spreading. I don't think you'll beat the other traders if you end up negative for the day. Well, I still have 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks long, so. If I do badly today, maybe I'll do good tomorrow. You know, it only takes 2 or 3 good trades to make it worth it. Do I think gold will go up? No, that looks like it's gonna fall again. I don't think it'll fall like that, but it looks pretty downward. Oh, I gotta switch my chart back over. I'm missing my trade. I've got emails coming out my backside. Who are the other traders in this challenge? We just identify them by account number. We'll put a leaderboard up by the end of the day, I think, Yavuz, if you can answer that question. There's 20-ish others, but they don't have rules. I'm only allowed to do max lot 50 on CFDs and 5 on FX, so FX gold. There will be someone who probably trades 100 lots and gets lucky, or someone who had short gold 10 lots last night and there's no way I'll ever catch them, but that's alright. Unless of course they blow the account tomorrow, then move my stop loss up because that's what you do. I still don't know if it's going to continue or not. I'd kind of like to see it, up at the 150 mark. I'm almost ready to move to break even though. Hey, Performance Academy, how you doing? See, if I just waited for this trade, then I wouldn't be sweating so bad. Oh, she's breaking up. So what's that? That's 50 points, right? Almost. Alright, I'm going break even. Gambler's gonna gamble, right? It was more a hypothetical, really, because I mean, what can you do, right? They earn the right to their account, but that's how it is. The thing that gets me about the gambling is like it's a little bit disrespectful in the nature, right? Because you have this opportunity to change your life for the long term, and you choose to squander it for the short. Everyone's trading against me. Stop it. If it happens, it happens. Now you got me all nervous. My feed is slower than TV. I need to fix that, I guess. I don't know why it would be slow though. Oh, there's a delay on there's a delay on the feed, man, so people can't copy me, even though who would want to do that? But am I using Wi-Fi? Yes, but it's 5G. Somebody ban Dihang for his meanness. My feed is slower than TradingView. TradingView. Wait a second. Which TradingView feed? Because they have more than one feed. Hey, if you make money trading opposite me, that's good. I'm happy for you. I'll be the market sentiment. Yeah. This is not good, but anyway. I still don't think that it's a downward move though, but yeah, I'm out. I closed my profits. $100, $170. Now what should go up? When it hit 15140 and went down, you were frozen. Really? Because I do arbitrage tests practically every day. It's really not possible to do. So but you told me that you were entering at 150 and it didn't hit 150. Hit 143 even. Hey, I got $172, right? Just I'm gonna chip away at it. I feel sorry for any of the order flow traders right now though, because you're probably getting washed out. Hey Schizo, how you doing? It could have been YouTube, man. Definitely could have been YouTube because there's definitely a delay on that. And I don't know if the sound is synced or anything because I'm definitely not a tech guy. I am a smart money trader. Okay. Okay, buddy. Dodgy. There's no. Sorry, buddy, but there's no dodgy on there. This is not a dodgy. I'm doing alright, getting my ass handed to me in the market, but not too bad. Maybe I strangled my trade, but whatever. I do think that it's going to continue up. I'm not going to trade because I have meetings coming up. So I'll give you another 15 minutes. If you have any questions about us, if you want to know anything about markets and stuff, I'm happy to answer them. But in about 15 minutes, I'm going to head out. This is just called a bar. That's not a dodgy, right? Let's see if we can find a dodgy though. This one is dodgy here, but it's not a nice one because it has a little bullishness to it. Well, you did better than me, Schizo. I'm down a bit. I'm down like 2.8%, which is enough. I can see some nice resistance. Yeah, I see that too. Do you think a prop firm that doesn't charge commissions is a scam? That depends. That depends on what the spread is, because you can increase the spread for your revenue. And it also depends what the baseline spread is, because nothing is free. Nothing is free in life, and there's a very important thing for people to know. If someone is giving you conditions that you would consider free, then it is illegitimate. That would be all I can say about that, because I don't know what they're doing, but I can tell you that that's pretty much illegitimate. How long have I been trading? 17 years. Does account automatically reset to initial balance at the beginning of the month? No. Where's my office at? I actually work from home because our office is in St. Vaughan in Canada and I live in New York. The new social media accounts you guys made, is it because of the rebranding? We only made a new YouTube and Twitter. So if you see a new Facebook or Instagram, that's not us, and report them. Am I going to be streaming same time daily? Yes, unless I break the rules and then I lose and fail and you guys are laughing at me. And I will hide in darkness forevermore. How much volume would you say is on the bid ask for the majors on interbank feeds? I mean, the only two comparable pairs in interbank is USD JPY and Euro USD in terms of volume. All the others are significantly thinner. Talking commissions, would you ever consider tightening even more your spreads and adding a bit to the commissions? No, because there's no room for it. We don't want high commissions. We want the market to be fair, right? Right now, our spreads are what we call raw at prime. We could get better spreads if we got prime of prime, but we're raw at prime. Adding commissions, no one's gonna like that. We get people ask us to reduce. We actually had a message saying $3 is too much. Please make it 30 cents. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen either. But we try to reduce the spread with our volume. So when we send more volume off to liquidity, we then also send a message, hey, give us better prices. If you had a 10K, what you have trade on that 30 you took? I don't understand. Sorry. Is it like 100 lots showing on each? You mean the top of the order book? So we operate for USD JPY, GBP USD, Euro USD, Euro JPY at a minimum 10 million notional top of book. So that means that the top of the order book always has 10 million in volume available. Does it mean you get 10 million on the click? No, because sometimes you're not the first person to click it. Raw at prime. Raw at prime means that the spread is raw from the prime broker. There's no intermediary changing the spread. If you are raw from prime of prime, the prime of prime can sometimes put small orders inside the spread to lower the spread. Will I violate 5% daily rule if my position is running 10% in profit, but I don't take profit and price comes back down to my entry? Yes, you will. Don't let the market swing 10% against you. That's silly. You did 25 lots on 100K here just now, but it was like 10K. Would you have did 2.5 lots? Yeah, something like that. Remembering that our CFDs are 1 lot equals $1, not 1 lot equals $10 like FX. So 25 lots is essentially 2.5 FX lots. Can you please tell me about rollover and how it can affect the spread and liquidity overall? Okay, so every night at rollover, the banks or whoever's liquidity, you know, there's dark pools too, and there's a whole bunch of different types of liquidity, they settle, right? So when they're trading amongst each other and they're not actually transacting back and forth, like sending bank wires and things like that, every day at rollover they settle, which means they pull their liquidity from the market, which means that there's no liquidity at the time or very limited liquidity at the time. And because of the difference in the liquidity prices, the spread gets wider. Happens every day, has been happening for a very, very long time. So you will fill most of the orders coming to you by yourself and only send partial orders to the prime. No, we send all the orders to the prime. When MFF only had rapid accounts, how were they hedging their risk? I don't know. I didn't work for the company then. The 5% overall drawdown accelerated, is it based on the starting balance or it's based from the starting balance? So I guess the big upside of accelerated is that your drawdown is just an overall figure. So if you make profit, you know, you can lose that if you want. Are there any other things like rollover that newbies should take into consideration, especially considering Forex? Non-farm payrolls, FOMC, interest rates in Japan, Bank of England, ECB. If you trade during those major news events, then your spread will blow out. That's just normal. I don't know a person who can accurately predict the result of these news events on any day. So sometimes best just not to trade. So indices is $1 every standard. Yes. Thoughts on CLS Group? Don't know it. Don't know who they are. I wish that I had time to trade more because I would buy again. Right, every pip you mean? Yeah, that's correct. Watch me crypto. What is your crypto per standard? Crypto is a little bit different because when you buy one lot of crypto, you're buying one BTC, right? So the price movement is the price movement. If crypto goes up $1, you get $1 if you have one BTC. Yeah, that's gonna go up all the way up there, but I can't trade because I gotta go. All right, last questions, guys, and then I'm gonna head out, and I'll be back tomorrow the same time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, NFP days are no trade day. That's my opinion anyway, because usually what it does is it spikes and then it sort of sits there. Is there slippage on the live account? Sometimes it's natural in the market. It depends how big you're trading. Doesn't use affect the spreads much for MFF. NFP does, FOMC does, but not too badly. We have, our problem we have is with NZD spreads at rollover. What the commission put in place per lot? We don't have commission on BTC. It's just spread, and it's a decent spread. It's not amazing, but it's decent because we need to fill the size. So we can't, you know, give you super spreads but not fill your size because the size that we have from the leverage is very big. Alright guys, I'm gonna head out. Thank you for sticking with me, asking your questions. I will be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and on Friday we're gonna actually do a stream at 5 p.m. Eastern with me and Mertuza to go over company news and everything like that as well. So be sure to follow the channel, follow, you know, all that jazz. And I'll see you in the Discord. Can I increase my accelerated drawdown if I didn't withdraw my profit? Well, yes. I mean, you can still lose your profit. We don't have a daily on the accelerated. All right, guys. You have a great trading day. And I'll see you in Discord and in other places.